Hey guys, this is Frozen Theseus here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today I'll be doing my final movie review in the Rocky review marathon series leading up to Creed 3, and that is Creed 2. So Creed 2 came out in the year 2018 and it's a second installment in the Creed franchise, directed by Stephen Cable Jr., who will be directing Transformers Rise of the Beast this year, and stars Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone, Tessa Thompson, the Mary Ann Creed, the mother, whose actress name I still don't know how to pronounce, Dolph Lundgren, and Florian Mont, whatever you pronounce him, yeah, him, Victor Drago. Basically, the film tells the story of Adonis Creed, who suddenly becomes the heavyweight champion after losing to Ricky in the first film. The film pretty much starts with a boxing match where Adonis finally gets a title of being the world champion. And then like after that, to celebrate his victory, he gets married to his fiancee, Bianca. And but then suddenly like the Dragos come back for a rematch. Yeah, Ivan Drago, who you guys remember killed um Adonis's father, Apollo Creed. Yeah, his son, Victor, is going to be challenging Adonis Creed. So it's pretty much going to be history with the Creed son versus the Drago son. And yeah, so in that boxing match, Creed loses, unsurprisingly. Pretty much Creed wants to retire, and he is about to be in his retired life. I mean, he's now with Bianca, and Bianca has just given birth to a baby, and a few months later, Creed pretty much goes in a rematch with Drago, and yeah, I won't explain too much. So out of all the films in this franchise, Creed 2 is the one I wanted. I was most excited to review on, as this movie is something truly special to me. I saw Creed 2 for the first time back in 2019, early 2019, and I was so excited to watch this movie. I mean, the trailers looked really good. I didn't see it theater, sadly, because I at that time I didn't really watch that much dramas, and I just missed it. I wish I saw this in theaters. Yeah, this is one of those times I literally regret not seeing movies in theaters, and instead I saw that disgraceful sequel that is Ralph Breaks the Internet, which, yeah, you all know how much I hate that film. Yeah, Creed 2 came out the same day as Ralph Breaks the Internet, and this is definitely way better. But this is so much more than just that. Yeah, Creed 2 is something that is truly special, and yeah, I'm personally more for a Creed fan than a Rocky fan. If you saw my review on Rocky 1, I said that, and yeah, since I did think Creed was even better, but yeah, I know I heard people say that Rocky 2 Creed 2 wasn't that good. It's a little divisive. There are some people who say it's actually really good. Others who say it's underwhelming. But to me personally, Creed 2 is not only better than the first Creed, but my favorite film in the Rocky franchise. Yep, that is a steaming hot take right there. Something Rocky fans are not gonna hear. I mean, if you thought my distaste for Rocky Balboa is controversial enough, yes, this movie is the best in the Rocky franchise. I hope, yeah, fingers crossed, Creed 3 will top this, but yeah, yeah, Creed 2 is just something, like what I said, something truly special, because it really takes the it really reinvents the Rocky films, just like the first film, and into something that just something it just means a lot to me. It's so it's really emotional, and I literally teared up in this movie, and I don't remember if I teared up in the Rocky films besides Mick's death in Rocky 3, and maybe that, just the ending scene in Rocky 1. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about, but this one really pulls my heartstrings. It really made me tear up like a couple of times. And yeah, this first of all, where do I even start with this? Michael B. Jordan was incredible in this. I think this might be his best performance. And yeah, I've officially confirmed that Adonis Creed is the best Michael B. Jordan role, and not even the first not even Black Panther is better than this. Yes, and um, I also love Tessa Thompson. Tessa Thompson was the standout of this movie. She is indeed my favorite character in the Rocky franchise, and this one is probably her best performance yet. And Sylvester Stallone, wow. While I don't think some Sylvester Stallone it is as good here as he was in the first film, I still loved him here. And speaking of Sylvester Stallone, this movie is pretty much the conclusion to Sylvester Stallone's storyline, and yeah, it pretty much concludes his storylines in the perfect way possible. I'm hearing people criticize Creed 3 for not for pretty much not explaining why Rocky's not there. I might not have seen Creed 3 yet, but I already know that criticism is stupid because um because they pretty much explain why Rocky is no longer returning to the franchise in this one. And I will admit, yes, the ending does feel like finality, like it pretty much gets you a little skeptical about it because of how this movie ended perfectly. Perfectly. So you may think that um Creed 3 might be unnecessary, but it's getting really good reviews now. I've heard some people say it's the weakest one in the trilogy, but yeah, um I think this movie's ending is perfect. Yeah, so that's why I had to start with the ending because the ending is just beautiful. But there's so many things to love about this film. Where do I even like go next from here? Yeah, I think Creed 2 is an absolute slept on movie. I think this movie definitely needs more recognition. I think more people need to talk about this. I think it's a really underappreciated film. The boxing scenes are absolutely intense. Like, I think this is the best boxing scenes yet. It pretty much combines the cheesiness of the Rocky films with the realism of the first film and does it perfectly. Like this movie pretty much has the most number of scenes. Like this has like three boxing scenes. Usually, every Rocky film would have one or two boxing scenes, but this one just pretty much. I would say four. There were actually four boxing scenes if you count that one match with Victor Drago without the Adonis Creed. But every single boxing match really hits. I mean, the first one, I mean, was when Adonis Creed becomes the heavyweight champion, and you really root for him all the way through. And then the second match is the one where Creed is knocked down, and yeah, thankfully he didn't die. But man, that fight was brutal, and yeah, the fight was absolutely brutal. And thinking about, I can't decide which is my favorite boxing scene. It's either that one or in the middle or the final boxing match. But I'll focus on talking about the second match first. Yeah, first of all, I think my favorite part of that boxing match was the entrance. I mean, I like those two boxing scenes I mentioned. I love the way that Creed enters. Like in the first one, it was just pretty much like the icon song playing with Creed walking in with pride, and I that was brilliant. And that was like one of the best entrance scenes I have ever seen. Like I love the way that was. I love the way Adonis enters with that. And yeah, it was really tragic because I mean you already knew that that Victor was gonna pull off a very strong punch, but you still root for Creed. You still get worried about him. Yeah, you really feel nervous about Creed, like wondering if he's gonna make it out alive or not. Yeah, but thankfully Victor didn't really win because he got disqualified for pretty much making his violent blow something invalid, and Adonis got hospitalized, but thankfully Adonis is okay. But yeah, and then let's talk about the final battle first before I talk about the non boxing moments. That final battle is absolutely epic. I mean, I absolutely love that song. That Bianca sings. Pretty much that's the entrance. We see like Bianca singing a really catchy song. I think the title of the song is We Go Into War, but I'm not sure if that's the exact title. But by the way, Tessa Thompson has a gorgeous voice. I mean, I wonder if she has any like actual songs besides the one in Creed 2. Um, but yeah, Tessa Thompson's voice is absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully, she actually sings in Creed 3 because I want to see more for singing. But that song, man, one of my favorite songs in this franchise. I absolutely love it. And then that fight scene, really gets you pumped. It really gets you cheering for it, and it totally left me on edge by seat. And on reflection, what like one, well, I'm thinking about it while talking about it. I think the final fight in this film is truly the best scene because Adonis really wants to prove himself. He really wants to redeem himself after getting getting well, I'm sure, well, getting beaten by Victor, and it's so powerful. Yeah, I mean, especially with lines like with lines like what's your, when the referee's like, what's your name, Creed, what's your name, Creed. Yeah, that was powerful. And that iconic Rocky music, like they, just like the first one, they literally used it again, and I think this might have the best use of the iconic Rocky music since the original Rocky. I mean, it really gave me chills down my neck and spine. And yeah, seriously, that final battle really made me cheer. It made me cheer for Adonis because of all the pain, and all the struggles that he had to go through. Yeah, you really like felt him. And then let's talk about the non-boxing scenes. There's so many things to love, and in fact, I cannot find a single flaw with this movie. I think this movie is flawless. Like, I really cannot think of anything wrong with this film. And just where do I even start with this? First of all, the messages about family, about loss, motivation, legacy, and really touched me. And it was pretty much it was pretty much a father who was getting ready for a child. And we see Adonis's biggest downfalls. We see his big struggles in life, and you really feel bad for him. And maybe the first 40 minutes is the weak link. There's, I mean, it's still great, but there's not really much to talk about besides Adonis and and Bianca getting worried, and also Rocky's arc of of fearing Drago. You can see that he clearly fears Drago. He doesn't want Adonis Creed to fight, but Adonis Creed really really doesn't want to stop. Like he still wants to face Victor. He doesn't fear Victor when when Rocky fears him. And of course, well, Rocky doesn't coach him, which is a poor shame. But I do like little, what's his name again? Little something, little Nick, like that. I kind of forgot his name. My bad. Um, but yeah. And then we got to like the second after the movie, and man, the middle part is absolutely beautiful. That's where all the emotions will come. I mean, you really feel bad for Adonis. Like that was when Adonis really gets to his low point. And yeah, and it's, there's so many powerful stuff, like when when Adonis Creed is in the pool, and he's pretty much having self reflection. Like you can clearly see his depression, and as he like really screams in mental pain in the pool. Really powerful. And then like there's a scene where Adonis was in the gym with his new daughter, and new baby daughter. And he was having PTSD about about what happened there. And he like punches the bag, and he really and cries, and you really feel his pain. I mean, like when Michael B. Jordan pretty much has a mental breakdown while punching the bag. Yeah, and also the pool scene that I mentioned a while ago, that was some really powerful stuff there. And yeah, and I really teared up for him. I really feel bad for him. But Adonis isn't the only character you'd feel bad for, as we got the villains, Victor. As you probably noticed, with the villains, they would usually just be there just to be the main character's opponent, but they don't really serve much as a villain. Like the closest as you remember, Ivan Drago was my favorite villain for the longest time, but to me, I actually do prefer Victor Drago over Ivan Drago, and you really feel sorry for them. And I mean, and I love Ivan Drago's motivation. Um, Victor Drago is not really a villain. He's just doing what his what Victor what Ivan told him to tells him to do. So anything he does, any dirty move he does, is because of pretty much Ivan brainwashing him. And I noticed that Ivan is literally doing all this to impress his wife. That's why his wife left him, because of how he lost to Rocky back in Rocky 4. So personally, among the Dragos, I think if you were to like if I were to choose who's the most evil Drago, I think it has to be it has to be the wife, because she built Ivan. She introduced Ivan to the world, so she expects Ivan to impress them, and Ivan lost to Rocky. So pretty much, so that's why his wife abandoned him, and now that Victor was about to lose to Rocky, we see like his wife abandoning him once again, and that's when Ivan was like, okay, I give up. I don't want to be the bad guy anymore. So he just pretty much throws a towel to the ring, and yeah, you really feel their performances. Yeah, their perform the Ivan Drago's performance, Dolph Lundgren's performance is absolutely. I think he's one of my favorite performances. In fact, I actually like him more than Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that, but Sylvester Stallone's still amazing. But I prefer him in the first Creed, like what I mentioned. And there's one thing I almost forgot to talk about, and that's probably gonna be the last part, the last thing I'll talk about, the training montage. The training montage. Yeah, I thought Rocky. Like I praised the Creed One's training montage enough, but this one might be even better. In fact, it's so good that I think it might be on par with the first Rocky when it comes to great training montage. Yeah, sure, the training montage, they don't use the iconic train Rocky music, but they came up with they used a score that is even better music, and it really gets you even more pumped for the fight than you were in the first film. And I really love the choice of the idea of bringing Creed to a desert, because Creed was that's how fighters train to start over again, and you really see his pain, and yeah, and the music throughout. I think this might have the best music. This has the best music throughout, and I adore it. And of course, well, like what I said, the ending is perfect, best ending to the franchise. I don't know if how Creed 3 can have a better ending than this. Not only with Rocky returning to his son Rocky Jr., which by the way, I said this in Rocky Balboa or Rocky Five rant or whatever. This was the when this was the only time I actually liked Rocky Jr., because even if Rocky Jr. was only there for like less than a minute, like he's like you can really feel that, and I'm really happy for Rocky to finally retire after he keeps saying he's gonna retire, but actually no, he still comes back to boxing or coaching, but now he's gonna live with his son and grandson. And then we also got Rock Creed and the like Adonis and Bianca with their daughter in like at the grave with at the grave, like introducing the baby to Apollo Creed, and that's how it ends. Apollo Creed in his grave, obviously. So overall, Creed 2 is an absolute slept-on masterpiece. I think it deserves far more love than it initially got. Now, I understand people say that this is just a rehash of Rocky 3 and 4 combined, but I think it's just executed so perfectly. And yeah, this movie really means a lot to me. It's emotional, it's heavy lifting, it gets you pumped, it gets you excited, it gives you all the feels. So I'm not sure where I would put this in my best movies that that's 18, but there are better movies that year. I mean, you got the Avengers Infinity War, my favorite movie that year, Spider Verse, Black Panther, Mission Impossible Fallout, and Incredibles 2. I would say number 6. Yeah, 2018 is actually a lot better than that I thought it was. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give Creed 2, of course, a 10 out of 10. So also for my review of Creed 2, what is your opinion on this movie? Do you agree with me that this is the best movie in the Rocky franchise? Well, and to Creed 3, I gotta say, wish you luck topping this one. Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review of Creed 3. Bye guys.